It's a beautiful Monday morning on the Bumper Breakfast. We are so glad to be here with you this morning. I tell you that the Monday morning, first Monday of the month of December, the 12th month of 2022, ushers in this morning the traffic on the expressway as some measure of, bright weather. And of course, it looks as if the rains and the cold was mildly experienced last week is also not available this morning. So yes, it's a bright day. It's going to be a brighter day in the next couple of hours with the weather, and so you must be on the road right now heading for work or maybe heading to your place of business. You know that the Bumper Breakfast runs Mondays through Friday, and we serve you breakfast from 8 o'clock to 10 a.m. This breakfast you eat without chewing, basically, but it gives you all the information that you need to start your week just right. My name is Oluwatomisi Adebukola. Of course, on the show with me this morning, it's a beautiful Inka Kenny. Inka Kenny, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. What morning? How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. I decided to look like you this morning where you're kind of
and I feel like taking it off you. It's so beautiful.
That's how some people used to claim other people's things early in the morning. I don't like such things so this morning. Beautiful. The only person that can claim something off me this morning is Wemimo. Thank God she's not on set, but today is her birthday. But then she's not on set, so she can't claim.
It's so beautiful, and I love your top. Honestly, like I said,
this is getting much more interesting.
Yeah. I almost wore something similar. Almost wore something very, very similar, and
it would have been like we're twinning.
But really, you look good this morning.
Thank you.
You look good. You look, it seems you're well rested. Something like that.
Oh my. I slept on Saturday till Sunday. I think I did about 10 hours minimum.
I wish. It's been back to back.
You don't have the gift of sleep. Oh God.
No. It's apart from that, it's been back to back since Monday. In fact, the weekend was, if I tell you, when I got home on Saturday, it was few minutes to 12. I was just beating my life. I was like
you were looking at your life and saying, you me reloading.
Honestly, for the first time in my life, I was in church and I was dozing.
Oh.
Honestly, I have never dozed in church. So I was tired. And this morning I was almost saying, can you sing?
I know they don't blame you. You fit it right.
Well, it's been really it's been work back to back. But then we thank God for good health.
Some people are looking for the work. You're better not complain. Else I tell my mom that you want.
Thank God it's Monday morning, and good to see the first Monday in the last month of the year.
Yes, the papers this morning is where we go to quickly because we'll be taking a look at some of the stories that made it yesterday in our news recap. But let's take a look at the banner headlines of the newspapers this morning. We'll have the Nation newspaper beginning with that. Ex-depot price hits 225 naira per litre as petrol scarcity persists. Marketers urge NNPCL to stock products for 60 days. Pricing gap widens to 34%. We have how to curtail rising debt profile by the DMO. 500 doctors left in 2 years. The medical council is talking there. I dedicate certificates. My life under threat, says PDP chieftain. As Zenith Bank wins Bank of the Year in Nigeria award. Lagosians likely to ride on the blue rail before Christmas. That's coming from the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu. And of course, I have the Guardian newspaper this morning. After 251 days, Abuja Kaduna Rail Service resumes amid 6.6 billion losses. NRC, federal government only lost 113 million naira to the Abuja Kaduna Railway closure. Fare hike takes effect today. We increase fares due to diesel cost, improve security, says Okeria. IGP assures of safety, deploys personnel on route, operational coaches. Experts insist not safe to travel by train unless there is aerial surveillance and drone patrol. Abuja Kaduna Highway to be completed first quarter 2023. The Minister of Works assures. What do you have?
Okay, the Punch newspaper this morning has the list of Bauchi Gombe fight over new oil wells, and the riders are for oil wells are in Gombe. Boundary Commission hypocritical, says Governor Special Advisor. And Kolmani is in Gombe. Late NNPC GMD misled Buhari. Niger Delta scenario looms as residents are complaining there. And matter taking different dimension. Bauchi governor will consult. Commissioner assures stakeholders. And we have the picture story there, Punch, on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Buhari 6 improved security in ECOWAS region. Okay, and I hope we will start charity from home. All right. And federal government unveils new curriculum for Varsity Day. And police Arepo Estate accused of plotting murder suspects release, and Zenith wins Bank of the Year award. Congratulations to them. Above the nameplate, we have a poor network. INEC to meet NCC telcos today. Nigerian telecom subscribers hit 214 million, and marketers resort to private depots. Shortage hits NNPC. It's eating everybody. Nigerian Tribune this morning. The lead story is at Arise TV Town Hall series. Atiku Obi Kwankwanso reel out plans to tackle poverty and insecurity. The writers are Atiku speaks on how to reduce poverty by funding SMEs and funding it properly and properly implementing SIP scheme. Hold federal government responsible for poverty level. That's coming from Peter Obi. And Kwankwanso blames rising poverty on unabated security challenges. Tinubu shuns meeting. Again, hoodlums attack INEC office in Imo State, and Zenith Bank wins Bank of the Year in the Banker Awards 2022. Voting based on emotion will destroy Nigeria. That's coming from the former president of the country, former President Obasanjo. Rigged prosperity. How 133 million Nigerians languish in poverty. That's a report from some experts. And news analysis, the Buhari governors war. That's if you want to know about the Buhari and the governors war, you can take the Nigerian Tribune on page 4. It's there for you to say. Outrage as a train fare hike takes effect today. Abuja Kaduna resumes services amid tighter policing. And above the nameplate, we have printing of new Naira notes will be declared unconstitutional if, well, you want to know the if, it's on page 12 of Nigerian Tribune. That's a statement from the popular lawyer Falana. And marketers threaten to short fill stations.
I think.
And finally, we have the World Bank report here. Remittances to Nigeria, other sub-Saharan Africa countries hit $53 billion in 2022.
All right, we have a guest this morning in the studio as we begin our news recap for this morning. I have Chief Tunde Doherty. He's an entrepreneur and a politician joining us on the breakfast show this morning. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here. It's a beautiful day.
Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And we'll begin this morning by talking about the absence of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Arise TV debate. You know, it's been said again and again that Asiwaju was invited for this debate, and each time there seemed to be an excuse of some sort. Yesterday, Atiku showed up. Kwankwaso was there. It used to be Kwankwaso Obi. Now Atiku is there. Yeah, yet Asiwaju wasn't.
I think those that designed the program did not consider the APC programs. APC has programs and projects, and during this week, the program of APC is international engagement, and as we all know, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed has to prepare for his engagement within the Chatham House rendition this morning. So therefore, you give him time to make his travel plans, travel to the United Kingdom, and the timing does not allow him to attend the Arise event. And therefore, I believe that if you have an international challenge that you need to attend to, and you need to prepare, you need to make everything ready for the program. And this timetable is there. It's been there for the past 2 months. So if Arise Television cannot work with the timetable of most of the parties, or considering looking at those timetable and reprogram their event, I think it's not. You can't blame Asiwaju. You can't blame our principal for that.
No, but then if you do not participate, aren't you telling Nigerians rather that he's scared?
That's the language. That's the message. Asiwaju will never be scared of anybody. Asiwaju's major liking for debate is number one. So okay. You can never be for what debate.
Okay, let me just chip this in. It's not the first time this is happening. Like I said to one of the guests we had some weeks ago, in the early days of the present administration, when Nigerians were saying that, oh God, this man is saying a different thing, his body language is saying a different thing. And that body language matters a lot. Do you not think that Nigerians are getting the wrong signal from his body language?
You see, we are all individual. We are all we have a physical body, we have a strength. I have not seen any Nigerian that walked more than Asiwaju. This is a man that does not get a sleep until 4 a.m., just about 2 hours sleep until 4 a.m. in the morning. And you see, this man is always set, especially these days where he has to visit places, do rallies, engagements, and all of that. I cannot see any of those contending with him that has. From the day Asiwaju made up his mind that he's running for the presidency, he has visited every nook and crannies of this country during the primaries, after the primaries, now during the rallies. How many of those work did Atiku or Obi did? So if we are saying that he's free or whatever, no, that's wrong. We see him. We know our principal is very strong, is very healthy. How many of even the young men of these days can do what he does? This man attends meeting, this man attends rally, this man attends to people, even until 4 a.m. in the morning in his private house. So I'm sure that when it's 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, Obi is off to bed.
You cannot. No. I will not take that. I will not take that from you.
Apparently he lives in his house. Apparently he lives in his house.
But I tell you, an average Nigerian, even I just said when we started this show that on Saturday I got home few minutes to 12. So getting home few minutes to 12, you can just figure in your head, before I do the unpacking, before I do the bathroom things, you can figure in your head that I will be sleeping maybe some few minutes to 2 a.m. So the average Nigerian, not even talk about the people out there. So I would not take it.
No. You can take that. But I know the man loves
his house.
Yes.
You live in his house.
Me? No, we at least sometimes we there are a lot of guys that work with him that sometimes this is that. So you understand? And like Atiku too, who after 2 weeks in Nigeria goes for 3 weeks in Dubai.
I heard he runs a business in Dubai, so
you heard about the business in Dubai.
Maybe he goes to
this man since Nigeria, where he was vice president for 8 years and believed that all his investment should be in Dubai. Why his country is walloping in poverty?
But he has a university in Nigeria.
University.
Where he's
university. One of the most expensive private universities from that university.
No, one of the most expensive private universities is owned.
Killing the public university for private university. There are a lot of things to talk about.
Finally, I would like to say that subsequently, I feel that it will be okay, and it will be more assuring for Nigerians to see your principal being involved in debates moving forward.
We have almost over 80 days or almost 80 days to the election, and we still have this December, we have January, we have February before the election. So there are lots of activities that definitely you will see our principal talking in lots of events, and everything Nigeria needs to know.
What Nigerians want to see, especially the crop that are on social media, is a situation where they can do this back and forth.
They want to debate. They want
the candidates side by
yes,
side.
we know
have them
yes.
express themselves on these issues, not in isolation,
exactly.
but at a point where everybody can spar.
I can assure you that my principal will be ready for such debate in the coming days.
We just hope we can take that to the bank.
I'll take a commercial break now. When we come back from this commercial, we will be talking about the news recap from yesterday. Please stay with us.
ọmọ ìlú ní gómìnà kan ìṣẹ̀yà Jídé Adédìran ọpọlọ òfin líle máa ṣùmàtọ̀ ó tó gẹ́ Jandode ọmọ Èkó ṣe kò kárámá nílùú Èkó mọ́.
àbí Èkó wa kọ́ rèé tí gbogbo wa jẹ́ alẹ́nulọ́rọ̀ nígbà kan kíkun Èkó lọ́dà ò tó wọn à ń jó sí dandan ní ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ ará ìlú Dr. Ọlájídé Adédìran kájú ẹ̀ Jandor for governor kí gbogbo ọ̀nà ṣe rìn fọ́kọ̀ ọrọ̀ ajé tí ò ní pákánleke ẹ jẹ́ ká fi ìbò dídì gbára wa lọ́wọ́ ogun gbódò ńrọ́ṣọ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbárùkù ti Dr. Jídé Adédìran àti Fúnkẹ́ Akíndélé sí ipò gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àti igbákejì lábẹ́ àsíá ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP fún ìdàgbàsókè àti ìlọsíwájú tó péye vote Jandor for Lagos Governor 2023 PDP power to the people. Àwọn Friends of Lagos ló ṣe onígbọ̀wọ́ ìkéde yìí.
Here for the show-stopping magic of a moment.
Get DSTV Compact with an HD decoder plus dish kit for only 14,900 Naira to watch all 64 matches. Here for every fan.